Okay, so this is the multiplexer which inputs the multiplicand to the adder, and from where the temporary registers content comes in. Then you have a control of whether to add or not add through the lowest bit of the LSB of the multiplier, like you are doing here. You are adding whenever the lowest bit is the LSB is 1. You are not adding whenever the LSB is 0 of the multiplier. So that can control the addition or no addition process. Okay, then you have a shift. For shifting operation, you have a shift right operation is carried out here, so that every bit is shifted right whenever the addition is done. Okay, if the addition is done, then you have to shift it. Fine. So likewise, this circuit can be implemented for multiplication of two binary numbers. Okay, now the second part is about signed operand multiplication. In the previous case, I told that 1101 with 1011. I did not tell you that whether this is a signed bit or not. Okay, only the binary multiplication. Now before we go on for the deeper process, this is about signed operand multiplication, where we will multiply minus 13 with 11. Okay, minus 13 is nothing but 10011. If you convert into binary, 11 is nothing but 011, sorry, 01011, because this is plus 11. Okay, if nothing is written, means that will be assumed as plus. Otherwise the negative sign has to be mentioned. If it is minus 13, if you represent it in terms of signed operand, it will be 10011. Okay, now for multiplication, what you need to do is that for a normal multiplication process, what you do, 1:1 is 1. Okay, then for 1, this entire thing will be written, because 1 into 1 is 1, then again 1 into 1 is 1. So likewise you need to write this one. Since this is my binary multiplication, that too signed operand multiplication, you have to always think that the result will be in terms of twice the digits present in the multiplicand and multiplier. So if it is 5-bit number being multiplied, the result will be in 10 bits. Okay, so 10 bits means this is partial result. This is only multiplied 1 with this, then again you have to multiply this thing. So this is partial summand. So this is called partial summand, which is 11001. Since this is a signed bit multiplication, and that too the multiplicand is negative, or multiplicand is having minus sign, then you have to extend the sign of the number. That means 1 2 3 4 5 1 you have to add, because this is the sign of the multiplicand. Fine, then you have to extend another 5 bit, because the total result will be in 10 bit. So this was the 10011 here. Now again you have to write another 5 ones, because you have to extend the sign of the number in the partial summands as well. Fine, now this one becomes this many 10-bit number. Afterwards again there is a 1, so you need to write 1 1 1 1 0 0 1. You have to write 1 1 0 0 1. Further you have to extend the sign, that means same 1 1 1 1 will be written. Then when it comes to 0, it will be normal 0 0 0. Okay, now again 1 bit is there, so this will be 1 1 0 0 1 1 1, because the result has to be in 10 bit. So no need to extend it beyond that, because already you have got 10 bits for the as the summands. Then further 0 is there, so it will be normal 0 0 0. But even if you don't write it, that doesn't matter. Now you have to add this up in total. This will be your, the result will be 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 1, which is minus 143. Okay, so this way, this is called sign extension. Okay, sign extension, that means you are extending the sign of the partial summands whenever you have got a negative number as multiplicand. Fine, so that needs to be taken into account. Okay, now the problem is that as many number of ones are there, that many number of partial summands you are getting. If you ignore these zeros, then no problem, but still you are getting 3 summands. So as I told you before, that multiplication is nothing but addition and shift operation. So here you are adding, actually, then you are shifting one bit, then finally you are adding. Okay, so what happens is that the number of summands you have, that much amount of gates you will be requiring, that much amount of time will be required, because this is 1, here you need one adder, here you need one adder, here you need one adder. So likewise, so many numbers of adders will be coming out. So then you will be getting your final result. So if you can decrease this number of summands, then number of adders required will be less, and number of time consumed will be, the amount of time consumed will also be less. So that is the reason, or that is the basic idea of improving the multiplication process. By this multiplication, if you are taking n second, if you reduce this intermediate summands, you may take n minus 5 second. That also is an quality improvement. Okay, so how we can do that, that we'll see. There is an algorithm called Booth algorithm. Okay, what Booth algorithm says is that it has a table. Table means it considers multiplier bits, bit I of multiplier, bit I minus 1 of multiplier, zero 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 1 3. We'll see what does it means. Okay, this will be there. That means Booth algorithm says that it depends upon the multiplier. How many numbers of 1 is there in the multiplier? 3. So that's why you are getting 3 partial summands. If you can reduce this 1, suppose I somehow I will reduce this to 2, so the same result you will get, but I will remove one of the ones will be removed, so we will get only 2 intermediate summands. That will still reduce the time required to perform the overall addition, which is subsequently will decrease the time required to perform the overall multiplication. So that's the idea behind Booth algorithm. It will recode the multiplier bits. Recoding of multiplier bits is done through, there are 2 processes, one is Booth algorithm and the one is bit pair recoding. So how does this records? Booth algorithm records in a way which is like this. Suppose you have 0 1 1 0 1 0 1. Okay, this is a multiplier side. This will be recorded in the sense that, suppose this is the multiplier bit. Okay, a 0 will be introduced here temporarily, means for calculation purpose. Then you see it from this wise. This is bit, if this is taken as bit I, this will be the previous bit, uh, sorry, if this is I minus 1, this will be the ith bit, this will be the I plus 1 bit, this will be the I plus 2 bit. So we are concerned about only I minus 1 and I. So if I minus 1 bit is 0, I bit is 1, that means from this table you have to see I minus bit is 0, ith bit is 1, then you have to write minus 1 into m. That means 0 to 1 is minus 1. That means here 0 1 is minus 1. Fine. Then 1 to 0 is plus 1. Okay, so 1 to 0 you have to write plus 1. Then 0 to 1 will be again minus 1. So write it here, 0 to 1 is minus 1, 1 to 0 is plus 1, you know, 0 to 1 is minus 1, 1 to 1 is 0 because here 1 to 1 is 0, then 1 to 0 is plus 1. Okay, so how many ones you got here? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is not a proper case. Here you got 6 ones. The previous case you are having only 4 ones. Okay, so this will increase the number of intermediate summands. So this is a you can say a kind of worst case. This is not suitable. That means the Booth algorithm tries to convert the number of ones with respect to these tables, but if your one second,